Hey, what's happening here? This is with the Omega Trigger, the real Omega Trigger, and I haven't posted a video in a minute, so I wanted to kind of like circle back on some thoughts about the market, what to expect. I'm going to be focusing on NQ today. Most of yous usually get videos about ES, but I think that NQ has been making some big moves, and a lot of these stocks can NQ also drives the market in different ways. So I think that just to spice things up and do something a little bit different, I figured that I would do NQ this time and kind of show you what I'm looking at. So as you're able to see on my screen, let me just delete some of these lines that are not relevant anymore. Trend line's still good, I guess. But we made a new high over here, and this was on 318. And of course, you would expect the pullback after you break out and see if the retest is going to be valid and it's going to hold. We went back to, we rebooted, right? We power cycled the move, but we couldn't hold it, right? I mean, we got a couple wicks over here that might give you the indication that it was going to reverse, but then you quickly got two rejections, and this is a weekly chart, by the way. So in 2 weeks, we got a couple of rejections, which usually indicates with wicks like that. You can see that there's some buyers over here. There was a rejection here, and here you see a rejection, not much buying. So it's telling me the price action right here probably, or most likely, would indicate that the move is not valid and that a full reboot is needed. Now, if you go back all the way to 1030, you would see that the move was humongous, right? This was a very, very large move without any major pullback, so to speak. So like here's just a classic reboot, right? You hit some targets, you don't have enough volume to be able to make a new high. You retest some levels, but then all of a sudden you just need to reboot. You need to power cycle the move to be able to get enough buyers or get enough volume and find your support to give it another shot or to make another attempt to make a new high. So that's really what I'm looking at right now. I feel that this level 17,189 is going to be pivotal. There's a lot of support in this area, as you can see. If we don't really hold this level, I mean, the fall is going to be great. Like, I really see us retesting probably this 16,496 level. It wouldn't surprise me if it does. Granted, when you see these large moves like that, you are going to see bounces, right? And you could play some things in between. You could play some of the bounces, but I think that to feel confident about a larger move or something that is going to give us another shot at breaking the highs that we made on 318, I think it was. Yeah, I think it's 318. I feel that we probably need to break above 18,493, 18,493, I guess. It's a long way from where we are right now, but there are many plays in between. You can play these supports and try to figure out if there's a way to bounce it. Your risk reward is well defined, but again, I feel that there are some levels that have not been fully tested that we will need to test before we make another high. So the reboot just started. There will be some, think of it as updates, right? Many times you think that everything's done, that the updates are done, and all of a sudden it says we need to reboot your computer again. This is something like that, like it almost feels like it's done, but it needs a little bit more. It needs more time to find the right support areas and to make the right base before we can just kind of say, okay, so we're comfortable with this base. I think we retested all the areas that we needed to retest, and now we're ready for new highs. Now, is this how I expect things to happen 100%? No, because nothing is 100%, right? But from a price action perspective, the fact that we just we were not able to make it a new high, we didn't have enough volume, we didn't have enough force to retest that high. It tells me that some of these levels that we're seeing right here, this whole area, you see this whole gap here, like there are a lot of levels, there's a lot of stuff that has not been tested, in between these two lines here, these two levels. So you know this yeah, this section. So so expect to have maybe some bounces, but I think that in the end a lot of this is going to fail and we're going to retest some lower levels. So that's what I'm seeing right now. Anything can change, of course. Things can change in a heartbeat, so just be mindful about that, be aware, but just hopefully this helps you to get a better outlook and get a better feeling for what NQ is doing and what to expect moving forward. So this was Abu the Omega Trigger making another comeback, giving videos another shot. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you found it useful, and we'll see you next time. Later.